Turning now to scope of services. This is one of the most significant aspects of the contract, is specifying the scope in sufficient detail that there is no ambiguity, that the parties have a mutual understanding of what is expected in the way of services as basic services to be paid under the basic fee, and what will be the additional services to be paid as additional fee. And then finally, it may be appropriate to specify excluded services. And I've seen contracts where the overall project has such a vast array of services needed that the design firm felt it necessary to specify in detail what was excluded from its own services, so there'd be no confusion that it was going to do these other services. Agreeing to provide, for example, all services and permits necessary to complete the project could really become a problem because it's so broad that an owner could say, you agreed to provide all the services necessary and all the permits necessary. That is a type of clause that we would pay attention to, strike it or revise it to be more accurate in its description. The changes clause of the contract should authorize the owner to seek only those changes that are within the general scope of the services that were expressly stated in the scope of services. If the changes clause gives the owner exceptionally broad authority to make changes, then that could actually exceed the scope. It becomes scope creep, if you will, take you all the way outside of your original scope, possibly even into uninsurable areas of practice or areas for which you don't have the personnel available to work with you. So it's important not only to focus on the scope clause, but also how does the changes clause potentially impact the scope of services.